Hello, I am Snuff Anybody, and welcome to the McFeegle Show. Today we're going to be looking at an Indian snuff. It's Dholakia's Aniseed Menthol. So, sit back and enjoy the show. Good. So, this is what the snuff looks like. It is a wee bit of a pale brown, and you can see a wee bit of material in the snuff. That is probably stem material, but that is classic and only to be expected in a commercial industrial snuff. It is only the artisans that will take away the stems and the ribs in our snuff. So, as you can see, the grind is a perfect medium. The moisture is also quite nice, medium. It doesn't adhere to my match, but it looks like it's going to be a very, very easy sniff. This looks like something that should be recommended to the beginner. Well, let's get on with the review. So, that is what the snuff looks like. But now we'll get to the more tactile bit of this review. We will do the tin note, and then we'll have a pinch, and I'll tell you what I think. Well, there's definitely aniseed here. It has that sort of licorice scent, but that is a bit more energetic than the licorice root. That is very earthy, where this is a sharp licorice. There is some menthol in the background of the tin note. Not much. But there is a very earthy, leathery, sweet tobacco scent to it. But let's have the pinch. See what happens. Okay, there is definitely menthol. Lots and lots of menthol. The first thing I get here. It is not, overpoweringly menthol. This is not an L260. This is not any of the 660 or 666. It is like a medium English menthol in its mental power kick here. There is a great deal of aniseed in the nose. It sits behind the menthol and kind of infuses that cooling menthol. The menthol is subsiding at the moment, but the aniseed is rising. I'm getting almost none of the tobacco that I did get in the tin note, but it's slightly there as an earthy, slightly sweet undertone to all this menthol and aniseed. It does have a very slight burn, nothing to compared to an English snuff. Again, at the moment in time, I am a bad perceiver of nicotine. I can't tell you really how strong this nicotine is, because in my nose it's almost non-existent. But it doesn't matter if I'm doing a kind of weak SP or if I'm having a good pinch of white elephant. It registers, but it doesn't register in strength. I can feel that there is nicotine in this snuff. It does give me a very slight pulse in the nose of my walls, but I'm not a good judge of nicotine because I have a very high tolerance at the moment. But it is a very pleasant snuff, and It is one of the few menthols that don't clog up my nose very quickly after first pinch. It is a menthol that I will even have a second pinch of because it does have something interesting to give you except for just menthol. And that is often the case with me. If there is some aniseed, some fennel, some eucalyptus, some camphor, that for me makes a medicated way more interesting. This is not listed as a medicated. It could as well have been. It has two of the classic medicate ingredients, is aniseed and menthol. It's a very good snuff. It isn't anything in particular, but it isn't anything bad either. So I'm going to give it 4 on my scale from 1 to 5, where 1 is awful and 5 is absolutely delicious and has something that puts it apart. This is a 4. Very, very good snuff. Nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't set itself apart from its other contenders. That's all from this review. If you do like what I do, do subscribe. Do give me a comment. See you later.